There you go.
I can restart it too if it's. Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna do some checks. Let's make sure we're good to go. I think everything should be rocking and rolling.
Well, why does it look different? I don't know what it is.
A
Just
little
let
bit.
before we start the actual thing. Like I'm always ready though. Just let me know.
My bad. We're streaming live. We're live on Facebook, or we're live on
Like,
YouTube. My bad. We're live on Twitch. Okay, Twitch is up. Yeah, we're on. Okay, we're good.
all right, let's,
All right. Oh no, where'd your video go? There we go. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, we got description. All right. Hey, YouTube,
is it
Facebook, and
keep
Twitch.
going off?
We
Can you see
are
me?
live. No, not right this second. Sweet. Okay. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hey, I got Derrick with me here. It's Cody with Lions Life Coaching, bringing you from where you are to where you want to be. Today we have a special guest with us, real estate marketing aficionado, content creator, and a good friend of mine, Derrick Parrott. Derrick exploded onto the real estate marketing scene several years ago, attending Texas A&M for business management. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We got a pretty awesome show. Uh, Derrick's one of my favorite people to do interviews with, to do content with. We're both working hard in our separate venues and just making it happen. He works hard. I see he works hard. To be honest, if I wake up, I see his Facebook icon, his online notification is green. When I go to sleep, it's green. I don't know when the man sleeps. I really don't. I think he just takes 2 hour naps every like whenever I'm not watching my Facebook screen. But I know he's always working, man. How are you today?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm tired, but the week's almost over. Not that it means anything. I kind of use that to get caught up on content on the weekends. I use my Saturdays to just load my calendar for social media because it's I'll post a little bit here and there during the week manually, but I try and automate all my stuff, everything I can on the weekend just to try and check one thing off my list. But you know how it goes.
And I know you mentioned you automate stuff. Like as far as Facebook, also, how does that do for you with your views compared to automating it and doing it manually?
Actually, I'm glad you asked that, and it's not as it sounds like disappointing, but you want to stay relevant with your people's minds in like your audience's head. So it's not a bad thing, but my engagement for my automated stuff just really isn't as much as when I manually post something. I don't know if it's like because I cross post a lot of stuff for like you know on Facebook and LinkedIn and like all of it across the board, and some of it'll do really well on one platform, some of it'll do really well on another, but I think like Facebook algorithms or something, it just doesn't hit as well as a manual post. Like, and some of the like I try to kind of have a format for like Mondays I post kind of like this, Tuesdays I post kind of like this, and I've tested it. I'll come up with like, okay, this is kind of what I've been posting. This has gotten a lot of engagement. This has gotten a lot of shares, likes, and I'll post something in a similar vein, on a Monday, same sort of thing I'd post, and I've tested it like manually versus just having it posted automated, and the automated post just I might get like one like. Like that's that's honestly how I can tell now. Like it's almost I wouldn't say not worth it, but I definitely don't post the important stuff automated anymore.
Got you, got you. Yeah, I both, a little bit of both, manually and automated, which is why I asked. I've also heard that whenever you're doing it automated, you're not getting the engagement and stuff that you need to get. It's better to do it manually. So, as far as right now, I've been doing mine manually, which has been working better for me. But when I
I
do want
agree.
to schedule that across the board, like you mentioned, you do. Sometimes I do schedule that post, but I think better manually is what I'm going to start doing for now on.
I think like events or offers or like the big things that people like can't miss. I lost you there. I might do like I might automate those going forward, but for the most part, I think that dude Cody was right in telling us. I pretty sure just it wasn't. It's not as good to post automated. I don't know why, but the Facebook algorithms, I guess, or social media algorithms in general just kill it. Like
Yeah,
Instagram still does. My Instagram posts do pretty well, whether I automate them or post manually. I don't know. I mean, it's same it Meta, same company. I don't know why it would matter, but so
got you. What
let
you been staying busy?
I have I have we're currently revamping the site for the final time, and then probably going to move on to something a little bit different. So I'm going to leave that in place, and then kind of explore another niche. I haven't really gotten down to the research yet for the exact niche that I want to get into, but I have a couple of ideas, and I'm gonna research each one of those and see where it's going. How about you? What you been up to?
Same old, just in the real estate space, just help professionals. We're actually taking off right now as far as helping agents and mortgage agents. Just helping them close more deals. So we've just been busy. Our team has been constantly just on top of it. It's coming in, helping them closing deals per week, and basically just what we've been focusing on. Been staying pretty busy, which is always good. I want to stay as busy as I can. Um,
That's right.
but
That's right.
yeah, we're
If you're
actually
busy, you're making money.
yeah, as I mentioned, just staying busy, getting stuff done. And why are you currently going to a different niche?
I feel as though the Kairos might be oversaturated right now. There's a lot of there's a lot of marketing going on in the chiropractors, and I feel like I still want to keep that entire side of the house that for Tri Cities that we have going on because it's still great. But I feel like if I could sub niche down to something else, I think we'd do a lot better because like some unexplored territory. Like I don't know. I know there's a bunch of folks that like sell insurance, and I know that or like well, I guess it's also insurance, but like life annuities or life insurance and stuff like that. Like I know that's coming back in a big way. I think banks are retooling people how they sell their insurance. I guess it's become more like an investment account, so you don't have to invest in like a CD, a Roth, IRA, 401k. Like you just put it all into this like annuity thing, and anyways, I've noticed a lot of people are selling that. So I was gonna try, exploring that as one avenue. Like I said, I wanted to do some more research, but that I noticed those people popping up left and right. So I was gonna see, maybe those folks need some help.
Got you. Perfect. Yeah, I don't really have any questions. The life insurance is I can touch on that topic. I mean, I did have
Oh
someone
yeah.
before I started my agency come across, trying to get me to basically just join his service basically and kind of be under him, and he walked me through everything as far as how to do it. So I
Oh
had
yeah.
that opportunity to, as far as selling that, but that was just something I wasn't really interested in, as far as with that. for my behalf, because I don't really have too much. I mean, I can always learn about it, but it's not something that would keep me
Right.
dedicated. Keep me going.
And
Discipline.
I mean, just after talking to you and like for myself, like just the the marketing thing seems to make sense for both of us. Like, just I like running my own stuff. I know you do, and I know you put hours in. I know you put hell hours in, and I'm the same way. Like I, I, I don't really want to do that for somebody else. Like I worked, like I was in the army before. I've worked for other people. Like, it's if I'm gonna put in all that effort, it should go to me. Like that, it's gonna be. It should be for my business, right? Like that's kind of where I've gotten to after years and years of working for other people. It just I'm gonna put in the best quality work I can for whoever I work for. I don't work. I can't just do a bare minimum type of deal. Like, that just doesn't work for me. So I might as well be the one that benefits from it, and I assume you feel the same way.
Yeah, I agree.
I, how do you stay up to date with the latest marketing trends?
As far as the marketing trends, so our team does currently have meetings on that, as far as gathering data and stuff from different markets that we're working in, that we're currently helping serving agents in. So we have meetings about that, just to kind of get more information on how their market's doing, so we can put that into our marketing when we're running the advertising for them, so we know exactly what to do, exactly what to do, what changes, what the median home price change, that
Gotcha.
what's going on currently in that market, the interest rates, that type of stuff that we use. So we currently, servicing different gather all that data. So that's something that we go over on our calls. So we're making sure that we're getting the best results for our agents. But overall, besides that, as far as with the Facebook stuff, because the iOS 14, different stuff changing with that, how we keep up with that is just staying on top of it, because we actually have research team also. So
Good.
with our median buyers, they actually do a lot of research on staying up to date on stuff. So we have trainings that we put them in, what
Good.
webinars, seminars, that type of stuff. So they're making sure that they're on top of that. As soon as some information come out, that we're on top of that. So we're getting the best results.
Me and the team have been elbows deep in HIPAA. We're all getting the whole shebang. The whole team's getting certified in HIPAA compliance, because essentially at the end of the day, it's just like a green check mark, and but we're HIPAA compliant. All of our software is HIPAA compliant, and those are two totally different things. And so I went and figured out like what it takes to like a certification in HIPAA compliancy that we can display on our website, on our Facebook page, all that stuff. Because we work with medical professionals, so they're going to want to know that. But that's honestly like the first thing I would look for when working with a marketing agency, especially one that works with you know phone numbers, emails, names of my patients, because that's not something you want to get hemmed up for. So just trying to we've been getting all that done, and that has been tedious. It hasn't really been a challenge so much as it's been just kind of a pain. Just you got to keep trudging through it. So it's but yeah, that's been it's almost done. We're almost there, and then I mean it's just maintaining it from that point, which it's normally maintaining things is a different beast, but it's honestly not. It's you just keep up with your paperwork, you keep up with your training every year, and for the most part, you're good. So that's I'll be glad when it's done.
Yeah, be with that. I know you mentioned life insurance, which you're currently going into. Well, what one of your options with that, that goes. It's a lot of stuff you have to go through. Also with that, as far as helping them and their policies and that stuff like that. Is Yeah, so
Actually,
you're just getting prepared.
I appreciate you saying that. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. That's another one checked off. I'd like to. I kind of want to take over medical marketing, like in general, like sub niche by sub niche, niche by niche, and then like just be medical marketing. Like that's all we do, and then move on to the service industry, restaurants, HVAC, whatever, But medical, actually, I misspoke. I'd like to get into lawyers after we take over medical marketing because I just really think that I mean, what better friends can you have? If literally anything happens to you and you do good business and you have a great network, legal trouble, medical trouble, those are the two worst kinds of troubles, I think. I mean, that any normal person would go through.
Yeah.
So, just, friends in high places kind of thing. So, how do you collaborate with clients to develop marketing strategies that align with their brand, values, and goals?
So one thing we do is once we onboard them and basically just get the agent into our process, one thing we do is have them fill out a form, and in that
Mm-hmm.
form we're getting all their information, which is not personal information, but stuff such as their if they have any guidelines, any privacy policies, any things they want to avoid, any company
Topics.
things to protect them with their company, their
Gotcha.
stuff like that, their license numbers in case something comes up on the behalf, that type of stuff, their median price range, their markets they want to work in. That we're getting all the information, so we're able to protect ourselves and protect them on their behalf, and making sure that they're not doing anything that them or their brokerage wouldn't recommend. And if
Right.
anything that they're not wanting to get out, or anything that they're not wanting for us to cover in the advertising, we're getting all that information up front, so we know what to do on our behalf, as I mentioned, to protect both of us and doing good business.
So on that note, do you also cover reputation management? Is that like a service you all offer?
Yes, that's one thing that we offer as far as that, boosting up your SEO, getting ranked higher on Google, tremendously will boost you up. I mean, we had a client that we were working with the other day who did that, implemented that into their business, and that boosted their SEO up all the way up. So people, can type in real their area and they're popping up at the top, which has got them a lot of business, is what they're telling us. So that's perfect. And plus, it don't Google, it can automatically be on Zillow or Facebook, LinkedIn, any other platform that you're wanting to use. That reputation management, that's very effective as far as helping get them higher ranked on any platform. So for example, we had an agent maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago that we implemented that for, and they have a lot of reviews and stars ranked on Zillow, which has helped them a lot in their business, with people trusting them along the process to help them buy or sell their house. So it's very effective, when implementing it into your business.
I gotta ask you questions about that Zillow offline because that you just give me an idea, but we get to it later. What can you share some examples of challenges or obstacles you faced this year in marketing and how you overcame them?
Yeah, good question. So challenges that we face is, I would say, um basically just overcoming the market, as far as with rates coming down to all the way up. That can change how marketing is, as far as people opting in to buy and sell. Of course, people will want to buy more whenever rates are lower, that. And right now, as
Right.
rates are higher, it's more of a seller's market. So depend on what they're going for. So, say if they want buyer campaigns or seller campaigns, which they can do both, but we prefer them to choose one, up front. So, say to do a buyer one, it's a seller's market, so that can kind of differentiate. So what we had to do was copies a little bit, and kind of make it more more
Oriented
available for them to
towards.
opt in. Yeah, more better,
Gotcha.
as far as with the quality on that, and with the text on. scripts, and which has been
Yeah.
working perfect for us. I mean, I think that change along that we implemented was probably one of the best things that have happened for our business, believe it or not. But we're seeing our agents get way better results from that previous. I mean, previous we were going by the month of them closing deals, but now since we made that change, we're going per week, which is very very impressive as far as per week them closing deals. So that one change along was something that was very blessed. So I'm glad that challenge that we faced actually came.
I, I've been trying to pay attention a lot more to since I've been doing marketing, what do I see first? What are my eyes like? What do they go to? Like, what do I notice first? Because I'm the same as anybody else, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I do this every day. Yeah, I see this every day. But I mean, you writing it for somebody is like you react the same way everybody else does. Like, when a page opens, like, what's the first thing that you see? If you see somebody like pointing to something, your eyes go to whatever they're pointing at. I'm still a human being like everybody else. The ad copy is probably the biggest thing, if nothing else. Like, okay, I see the graphic, I see what they're pointing at, I see, okay, I get it, but how did you get there? Okay, I was following a train of thought, and that thought was, with words or whatever, I need to find blank, a house. I need to buy a house, or I need to sell a house. You know, doing, but the ad copy is what people go from for their search, and then they see ads, or like you said, organic search, like SEO towards the top. That's what they want to go. Something that follows that train of thought. Something that, like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of, when I was searching. And then they click it and they get to your page, your landing page, your form, whatever, and back to the ad copy. That's like I've been trying to. I don't know if you've noticed in my posts, but I've been trying to use a lot more like emojis, just like all over the place. Like they're all of my YouTube video descriptions, all everywhere. Because what's the one thing I can do to text to make it stand out? I mean, text is either like white or black on any page. Like it's white on Facebook. Like if you see this chat right here, like what it's white text there. But if you put like a red exclamation point, it's not a picture, but it's sure to draw attention right there.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to.
I don't mean to cut you off. But I noticed. Yeah, don't mean to cut you off, but I noticed I've been seeing that on your page as far as you implementing and using more emojis. And I didn't know what was going on, but I'm glad you broke that down. I'm pretty sure that has been getting more attention also because they want to know
Yes.
what you're excited about.
Because oh yeah, I know it's like I'm psyched about whatever, but like I figure, and also like chiropractors, personal injury doctors are fairly busy people, so I'm not gonna say that they're very careful in the posts that they respond to, but like you gotta reach kind of if you want to get their attention. So I'm trying to like, okay, I'm gonna draw something. I'm gonna slap exclamation point emoji, and hey chiropractors weigh in, and then I try and pose a really like intriguing question, or my favorite go to, like just free real estate for chiropractor marketers, personal injury marketers. I try and link like the best engagement that I normally have is I'll post something like I don't know if you, but like mental disorders or something, for instance, with like chiropractors. Like it's like how does spinal manipulation or spinal adjustments affect your mental health? Like those two things, most people are like are two polar opposites of the medical spectrum, but they're not. And like if you're in pain all the time, for instance, your psyche, your mental health is not going to be good. It's not going to be great. It's definitely not going to be what it could. So, and then I try and get the chiropractors to weigh in on stuff like that. But between that and the emojis that I just throw in there, like it draws pretty good attention. So
Nice, nice. Yeah, I might have to start implementing that myself because I mentioned I
I'm
did see you
telling you,
do it, and I want to ask
it's
you about that. Like, what was the reason behind that?
I
Yeah, I did
saw
want to know. Go
did
ahead.
did like uh, Realtor.com or something share one of your posts. I saw somebody big. I saw you got a ton of engagement on something like it
Yeah,
was the best uh, the
yeah,
person
yeah.
that
It
sells
was.
the most houses isn't the but you say
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was one of the group that we did on Facebook. It was a big group
mm,
post that we did. We went inside of the group chat and just kind of made some posts to kind of kind of engagement posts for people to come in. And as of right now, I think it's like at over like 500-600 likes, like with over 300 comments, and plus so it's getting engagement to our page right now, which is why we're getting a lot of content out while we're doing
ride that
resourceful to get
wave.
more clients and just kind of using that and taking advantage of that right now. Plus, as you mentioned,
Nice.
realtor.com, which is a company we partnered with in the past, since with their like and
Mm.
Zillow also, they've been, engaged with us as far as with their company and their agent gives them to what we have
Nice.
also in case they're interested. So that's been very big for us also.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell
Trying to
yeah.
take advantage, trying to help.
That's right. Ride that wave, man. All right. What else I got
Yeah.
here?
Well, quick question for you.
Yeah.
So whenever you whenever you're doing things for the Kairos as far as advertising, what exactly do they look for? With my space, as far as agents, of course, they want to close deals. With qualified buyers and selling to them. What exactly Kairos look for? Of course, they want more patience, but what is their main objective that they want to do? As far as in that space.
So the current problem that I'm like kind of working on is I'm sure you've seen like even if it's not with with a Cairo personal injury doctor, you've seen the posts where they're like, you know, come get a your neck cracked and an X-ray and consultation for $50 or something, $49. Those are like okay, but the main things that I'm hearing from the chiropractors are like those don't work. Like they people will come in, they'll get the X-ray, they'll get all that stuff done, but then they won't convert. Like they'll show up, they'll get the deal, and then they run. They don't start like there's no lifetime value of that client, of that patient. They don't make anything off of it. They actually lose money because they had to pay for marketing. Their time is worth X amount per hour. It just doesn't benefit them. So we're kind of working on trying to. We work on rest. It's an R word. Oh my goodness. Researching the the best quality patient as far as who's going to be there, who's going to complete their entire course of treatment, who is basically going to take their meds when they're prescribed them. Like I'm sure you've done the same, but like you go to a doctor or something, you're sick, and they give you 3-4 medications, and not because of cost, but you only get like one of them filled or something. Like I know me, it's the antibiotic. I just only got the antibiotic. This other one's just for like if I have a really bad fever or something, like for coughing. Like well, if I'm coughing, I'm not gonna die, but this is a bacterial infection. I'm not. Well, that you kind of want to try to find people that are more likely to take care of themselves and more likely to listen to the doctor, because those are people that are gonna see the most benefit the from their treatment. So if we attract people that just wind up like getting there for an X-ray, getting there for you know getting their spine manipulated once, that doesn't do our clients any good. That's not providing value. That's like lead generation. That is a service, but that's not what we do. That's been the biggest problem that we're working on solving. And we've had decent luck at it, but I feel we can do a lot better. So we insurance is part of it. I don't like to say that because it sounds kind of cruddy, like we're only sending certain types of people with certain types of insurance to our clients. That's not really the case. Um, part of but that is a factor for part of our audience demographic is we do want some of these people with this type of insurance because those types of people are going to have less of a problem coming back. So instead of just working on one part of the equation, we try to solve the whole thing because that's why these companies are paying us what they're paying us. These practices, and most of these are like small business owners that kind of work like you and I do. Of like money matters. They like to run a tight ship, and when they outsource something to somebody else, that's because it takes too much time, effort, and money to do it when they do it, and might not provide results. So we we just want to their ROI to be insane because 15 to 50% conversion rate is what we strive for because I feel like anybody can get 5 if you're doing your job. It's that's the threshold of doing your job. Like, and you know me, I'm big in AdWords, so that's kind of where the
Yeah.
terminology is going to be at. I'm sorry, but like the conversion rate's going to be 5%. Okay, well, literally any marketing company can do that. So we want to be different. We want to be better, and we want our our clients to expect a minimum of 15% conversions between 15 and 50 on anything we do. So if we, a landscaping company or a plumber or HVAC, like 5%, okay, if they're satisfied, that's great, but we're not stopping there. We don't stop there because unless it's an absolute struggle and night and day, I'm focusing on it, and that's crazy. But we haven't run into that yet. It hasn't gotten that crazy yet. But until it gets that big of a struggle, I don't feel like we've reached our potential. Because like the better you get at something, the like if we got to a 30% conversion rate for one of our clients, like just client A, and we're still like making minor tweaks, and we get 32% the next week, 33% the week after, we're not going to stop. We're just going to keep going until it's literally just draining my soul to get another percent, because then it's like, okay, well, it's not really a good use of my time anymore. Not a good use of the team's time to like just get to vanity numbers. Like that's insane. But that's kind of the process. Just one of the things we've been working on.
Got you. Yeah, I offering value. That's all. That's our motto at our company is offering value, like value basically. But like we say offering value. So like we let our know that up front. Hey, that's what we're in it for, is to offer as much value as we can and help them close more deals, bring more money to the table for their families, and just be able to provide, because that's a bad thing in the industry is not getting qualified leads, and people being burnt out and stuff like that. So what we send these leads to the lender beforehand, even the agent working with them, so they can already have pre-approval in hand if they're not already pre-approved. So we partner with a lender, and then we send them to the lender, and they so they already have that in hand. Go ahead and start looking for a home, or if that agent already have a preferred lender that they rather work with, and we just book them on their appointment, on their schedule, on their
Right.
calendar, and then they can go through the process through there. Important. I just wanted to touch on that because offering value is something that you should be in the industry for, and making sure, just like you were saying, that your clients are getting a return on their investment, because that's what's going to, build a relationship and make it last even longer. So it's working for both parties. So that that's very important. Our ROI is something that we always look forward to helping with our agent before we even think about ourselves. We think about them first to make sure that this is a good fit for them, and making sure and a return, because we know how it is as far as them being hesitant with other people, with other aggregators, as I call them, in the industry, who's doing things as far as not delivering on what they're promising. So we able to, step into this and basically just help them as we can, especially with our background as far as helping with the biggest companies such as the Zillow, I mentioned the Realtor.com, the Homes, Remax, 21st Century, all those big companies we partnered with in the past. So, and plus we're currently partnered with some now, and so that's very big on our behalf. So, as I mentioned, we just want to be able to help that as much as we can. And real quick question, so what I'm hearing from you as far as with the advertising, and you were saying that's a big problem in the industry as far as them not being a lifetime customer for your clients. How do you handle that as far as whenever they're coming to you saying that on that?
Part of it's been managing them. So like a lot of the automation stuff, I do. I know you do some, like getting the people to stay finding value in our clients. Like that's a big, so we don't just provide value, we like kind of give them value to provide to their client, to their patients. Not that they're not already doing that, but it's more of a, like, making sure that their patients see the value they're providing. So a big one is we do we're, one of the things our dev team is currently working on is a patient tracker that's just for simplicity's sake. It's not this simple. I'm helping develop it. It's I enjoy the development process, so I want to stay involved with that as long as I can remain relevant and not be, like, oh god, it's this guy. Can somebody just get him to do something else? Like, go back, Mr. Marketer guy. Like, we're coders here. We let us take care of it. You're just getting in the way. We have to undo everything you do. Until it gets that bad, I want to stay with it. But we have like a patient tracker where it's like red, yellow, green, just for the sake of simplicity's sake and explaining. Like it's you know, this is where you're at when after your car accident, for instance. Then it's yellow after a couple of treatments. Like you can turn all the way across. Like you weren't able to turn all the way right, or you couldn't look all the way left. And then when it's green, you're kind of in maintenance mode, and that is something that we provide like updates to the patients, like from from our doctors, that the people see. So they see, oh hey, I'm getting better, and then also it's active. So the other part of it, I guess, the more simple part to answer your question is like I touched on earlier, finding the right people, because some people just aren't going to take it seriously. Some people kind of clicked it on a whim. They're like, I got $40, and they'll go to the chiropractor and be like, it wasn't for me. And there was too many of those. That's not an offer. The $39 for X-ray, initial consultation, and first adjustment, that's not an offer anymore. That doesn't work. Like I'm saying it, like you get people in, but they don't stay. It's great if you're a marketing agency, but that doesn't work if you're trying to actually provide value, actually trying to make these companies money. It's just not it. So, and anyways, back to when people see their progress, it also kind of gives a fall away. So say they stop going to as many appointments. Now part of going to a chiropractor and getting regular adjustments is you don't need adjustments as often as when you first started going there. I lost your video, but you're still there? But part of it is if people aren't getting those adjustments at all, the tracker will kind of drop down, and our system will start notifying them like, hey, you're going to be experiencing a little bit more pain than normal. You should probably get back for an adjustment. now, back. But when people aren't taking it as seriously, they don't really, especially because like they kind of get this thing like, oh hey, the problem's fixed, like, but it's not. It's just, you know, kind of putting a band-aid on it if you don't keep it up. Like, if for a long time, like you've kind of got to stick with the program in order for it to keep working. So, well, Derek, that may be all the time we have. I apologize, everybody. I think we lost connection. Oh, there you are. Hold on. Is it muted? I think your audio might be muted.
My computer was going dead. I didn't want it to end on you, so I had to go get the charger real quick. I'm always
Oh, you're good. You're good.
just like you'll have systems let them know, if they're going to be experiencing pain or things such as that nature, plus the lifetime value that they're
Didn't skip a
offering.
beat.
Huh?
I said you didn't skip a beat. I see why you're in marketing. You are
Everything you were saying, I was
expert at
listening.
listening.
Yeah, I heard
Oh.
everything you were saying. Plus you was mentioning the lifetime value. Companies you can't sustain some. You gotta be able to offer as much value as you can, or there's not really going to be too much of a relationship. That's good for marketers. For maybe a short period of time, but if you want to offer value and you want to make sure there's a relationship going on for the long run, which I completely agree with as far as helping them close more deals or add more patients. That's very important. It's a and offer as much value as you can, which is I mentioned is our motto.
Right. That's just providing real value is just oops, providing real value is it takes time, it takes research, and you've got to find out what would provide value. And that's something like that's me, like pen and paper. Like I try and go, okay, what is working, what is not working, what are other people doing, what aren't other people doing, and but yeah, I think that's about the majority of the time we have. Do you
Oh, well, that's
do you have
fine.
any other questions?
Uh, here, anytime that you want to, you have any more questions, I have plenty of time. But if the time is, time to go, then that's perfectly fine also. But a quick question just to end this, just to wrap it up. Where do you see yourself in the long with this business that you're on? I know you're currently saying that you're, you might move to a different niche, but overall in your company, along with whether you're in this niche in the Cairo or the life insurance or wherever you are, where do you see yourself in the long run trying to build along that way?
I want to create teams for each. Like, what's the point of getting a niche? Or it's to specialize. Like, I want to make a team that's really good at Cairo marketing, and then leave it in place. Leave the lead generation, leave the fulfillment. Maybe still probably engage with the clients, a decent amount, but have them a dedicated account manager. And then I want to move on to a different niche, and I want to do that, build that side of the house up. Like, house has 4 walls. I want to do each one, but in different sectors, different, just so that the more people that come along that just like you meet in day to day life, like, oh, hey, I run an HVAC company. Oh, hey, like, we have a department specifically for HVAC. Like, wow, that's almost like that ad copy thing that I was telling you about. Like, somebody has a train. Like, I really wish that this could happen. I have exactly what you're looking for. You're not even selling them anything by that point. You've already done all the work on the back end. Like, you've already built your company around hoping somebody walks up and says, "I need HVAC customers," and not like exactly that, but
Yeah,
I just think being able to show up and provide value off the bat, like when people are asking for it, I've already provided value there before. How can I help you? Is you don't have to sell anything. You don't have to pitch. You just, the conversation just rolls. Like, I do this for a living. I do that exact thing for a living. That's kind of that's kind of where I want to take it.
Nice, nice. That is a good way to take it. So, say so from maybe in business or someone from a real estate agent or a Cairo, they all you can already let them know that you already been experiencing all those different niches. So whatever you have, they're looking for. You already have all the testimonies, all the results to show that you can back up everything. So you're not just working in one niche and another person from
Yes.
somewhere else come along and they're wanting you to advertise for them and they're asking you to show them proof that you can do that, but you can't because you're only in that one niche. But whenever you're working all of the aspects of getting a little bit of dabbling in this and that, then you're able to, prove that. So I completely understand. I think that is something that will help someone scale up as far as that. You do want to specialize in your niche, but if you're experiencing, you have all the different niches, then you
Yes.
might as well take it there. But you want to, be in one as far as having the most information in that. But that will
Yes.
improve revenue also, if you're able to deliver in those different niches, that'll help you scale tremendously. So that's a perfect what you're looking to do, and I support that 100%.
I appreciate that. It's if I did it with one, I can do it with another. I can do it with 12. And the more, and I don't want to start from the bottom every single time, but or well, not even but I don't want to start from the bottom every single time. So I feel like there's a way I can partner with other agencies and kind of see what works, what doesn't work, and start my people off just at least having some level of proficiency over learning it all from scratch. Like it sucks. It takes time. It costs money to learn if you're trying to high speed scale something up. So but I just think the benefit way outweighs not doing it. I watched this two really heavily experienced Google Ads campaign managers. They're both top of the game, top 1% in the world, and one of them is like, this is my niche. I do this niche. I'm the best in the world at it. And the other one, also top 1% of of Google Ads managers in the world, was like, I think you're an idiot. I do every single client that comes along that's willing to pay me money, good money, and they're not going to be a horrible pain to work with. I will charge them and I will do great work for them. And I'm like, they both make really compelling arguments. They're both right. So I kind of want to do both. I kind of want to like specialize and kind of not. So I'm trying to find the trying to find the balance for that. And I think that's one of the things that makes us different, and I think that's going to make us fairly successful in the long run. So, oh, I think you're muted.
Yeah, that would just depend on one's point of view. Everybody have different takes on different things. So, I mean, they're both successful, as you mentioned, in the top 1% of that. So that really, just depend on what person they are. Some of them do want to specialize and make sure they're getting the best results for that client because they know they can deliver, they know they can do this. But another person might have the you know, same point of view, but a different perspective on it. They also want to get the best results for their clients, but they're willing to take on anything and learn as they go, which is perfectly fine. You always can learn as you go, but you do want to make sure you can deliver. Like you don't want to
As
take
long as you
on
got that
nothing
foundation.
you don't want to take on nothing that you know you can't deliver from. So long as you know you can
Yes.
provide value to them, it really don't matter. Really, long as you get the best results or ROI on their investment, that's the main thing really, and you're able to deliver. So as I mentioned,
Yes.
so long as you're able to do your job, I don't really see a problem with
That's where I'm at with it.
it.
All right.
Perfect.
It's been real, man. I can't wait to do it again.
Anytime. just hit my line anytime you want to do any type of videos and provide these value information that kind of give or what we're doing in our businesses. I'm to do that, and the people on
And
your end as far as the supporters, subscribe to my guy. We're always I help him along. As far as delivering value. Any questions, you can always shoot them over to him or shoot them over to me, which is just Derrick Parrott on my
absolutely,
name. You can just if you have any questions, we're always here.
we're here. We're here, and I we'll do this again soon. I think these just getting through the thought of like this is what we're working on. Like now I have now I have a full scope of where we're going with it. Like just talking through this, I think really helps. So all right, well don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us at Derrick Parrott at Tri Cities DM. We'll see y'all next time.
Perfect, perfect.